Emma from Leo, and today is going to be your December 11th through the 31st reading. Sorry, I was just getting my cards. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to use this Zodiac Oracle deck so we can see what the focus of your month will be, okay? There we go. Okay, so we got Venus. So this may be about lust and possessions and love. We have some love interest going on, Aquarius. Hopefully it's some good stuff. But let's go ahead and use this deck here. This is my general deck. First thing out, Lover's card. And it was in reverse. So let's see what's going on. Alrighty, so this is going to be used for your whole spread. This is going to give me the details and actually see what's actually occurring during these times, okay? And if I need any more details, I'll use my other oracle decks to help me out. Alright, first card out. Okay. So starting off, we have the Five of Cups. Somebody's throwing a pity party. What's going on? What are we sad about? You sad about something that should have been dealt with already. I also feel like there's some regret for some reason. Like you felt like you should have did something different. Like you felt like whatever choice you made wasn't yours. For some of you, and for others, I feel like you're feeling like you're not making enough money. I feel like some of you are feeling like you are not as independent. Like maybe you're just not feeling yourself right now because you have to save right now. Like it's financially. In the financial department, things are looking kind of like iffy. Or that's how you feel. Three of Pentacles. It looks like at work things are fine. Or at least if you're trying to find work, things are looking like they're coming closer. And once that happens, then I guess you'll be feeling less stressed mentally. So for some of you, yeah, it's about work. Yeah. And this is just confirmation of what I just said. And it's kind of having, it'll give you peace of mind once you figure out that financial situation, right? Nine of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it looks like with possessions, we're not comfortable with the way things are. You already know what that is. You're uncomfortable. You're not feeling stable. I think you want to try some new things. Or this could also be dealing with an Aries. Maybe you're kind of feeling like they're not being thoughtful. They're not being considerate right now to you. Or maybe you're being not considerate to them. Let's go ahead and see what part of your life that was referring to. Everything I just said. There we go. Yeah, with your spouse. So for some of you, it's definitely a spousal person. And it doesn't have to be an Aries, but Aries did come up. Okay? Or maybe some of you want to try to get into a relationship. That's what I'm feeling as well. If you're not in one, I feel like you want that right now, but maybe things are just not in the way that you can have them, so that it is going that way. Like maybe you feel like it's not time for you to be in a relationship yet, but you actually want a relationship now. Moving into the middle of your spread. There we go. It came out just like this. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we have pretty strong cards here. We have two court cards here, the King and the Queen of Fire. King and Queen of Wands, and then we have a major arcana card in the middle. So let's go ahead and get through this. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Who is this in your life? It seems as though this female is doing very well right now. She's really starting to learn her own and become into herself, and I feel like you're noticing this. I feel like you're starting to see this person blossom. I also feel like you are seeing their spunk. You're seeing their personality. This could also be you kind of coming into yourself, maybe starting to feel a little bit more fiery. If this is a Leo, being that you are an Aquarius, Leo and Aquarius are, I can't think of the word right now, but they're the exact opposites of each other. So, does that make sense? It's another word for it, but it's like the exact opposites, the balancer. I don't know what it's called right now, but so that could just be maybe that person around you. If you have any Leos around you, they're starting to balance you out, or you could just be thinking about this person more often. But again, it could be any fire sign. I also feel like if you are thinking about this person, there may be some regret tied to it, and maybe you feel like they lost in some type of altercation, argument, discussion. You feel like they got the shorter end of the stick because someone was being too bossy. And that could have been you, but for some reason I feel like you just saw this or you witnessed this or something. Then we move into the Justice in reverse. And this is basically saying, I think you feel like things were done unfairly. I feel like you think things were not evenly dispersed. And maybe you want to speak out about it, or maybe you want to do more, you want to go out more. It's like you want to do more about it. You don't want to be quiet about it. You want to do something about it. And because of this, I feel like it aligns you back with your Aquarius self. I feel like that initial thought sparked you to be like, wait, what am I doing? That, like, this is me. This is how I am. Like, why didn't, like, it's like it triggers something and you kind of spark back into that mindset of, what the heck? I'm an Aquarius. Like, this is me. Like, what do I want? What did I think was supposed to happen? Or how do I feel about this? How can I communicate how I feel about this situation? And so I feel like all of that just triggers just this uproar. And then we move to the King of Wands in reverse. So again, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This person is being really obnoxious and kind of embarrassing. They could be drunk or something, just in a state that isn't becoming of them. Or they could just be really grumpy that day and just be really mean and say some really, like, hurtful things for no reason. And I feel like this reminds you of old memories that you don't want to come up again. But for some reason you ignore it. Or at least, I don't think you can ignore it, but you don't say anything about it. But if you do say something about it, then you'll be the hero. But I also feel like you think it's just safer to not. For some reason, I feel like you feel like it'll be stepping over your boundaries if you say something. The end of your December. Let's go ahead and look into that. Oh. Okay, we got 2 cards. 3. There we go. 2 of Pentacles. So at this point, I think that you are realizing that you just need to get your shit together. And not that they were not together in the first place, but I feel like you just have like this kick in gear where you start to feel that way. And you start to prioritize the things that you actually want and the things that you feel like you need to start worrying about, your own path, your own journey. I think you're done with thinking of all the past hurt or trauma. You're just like over it. You're just ready to move on. You're ready to get out. You're done with the arguing. You're done talking. I think you're done kind of like being in this pity party mode. And you're ready. You're prepared to start. Now you just have to set out and do it. We move into the Lovers card here. So it seems as though there's a love interest coming up, or at least there's a sense of romance that's appearing. But I think if you're not in a relationship, you're definitely waiting for one, or you know that you're ready for one, but it's just not here yet. Emotionally, I think you're optimistic about trusting others, and you want to emotionally be there as long as you are financially able to support them, I feel like. And then we end off with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, Knight of Swords in reverse, this card is saying that it could be you because it is a swords card. Either someone is popping off at the mouth and they said something without thinking, or they jumped into something way too fast. Like they jumped into this they made a plan, and then the next 5 minutes they were trying to execute it, and it didn't work out. I'm gonna go ahead and see what that's dealing with. What part of your life? Okay, and we got Asia. So I feel like you, and this deck, it signifies something else, but I feel like you made a plan thinking that everyone on board was going to, well, I think you made a plan thinking that everyone was going to be on board with it, and you realized you were the only one. And I think that really kind of struck you in this weird, like, I thought we were in this together type of thing. That's what I'm getting from the initial feeling. I'm going to use this deck to see if I can get any more clear information. And we have Cancer here. So I think you finally, well, how to fix this would be, it's because you're emotional. You did something based on emotions without any logic. And I feel like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't you. And it backfired. And I think everything just happened too fast to where now you're like, shit, now looking back on it, I don't feel good about doing it that way. It's kind of like a reflective moment, but it's like you have to look at yourself in the mirror and see where you went wrong. And that's how your December ends. So maybe it's just a time of reflection for the new you for next year. But there's definitely issues of finances, this future love, because I don't even know if it's here yet, but there's like this future love that I feel like you're waiting for, or there's a relationship around you that's affecting you, and I feel like you're ready to either speak up, or you're ready to have your own relationship, or you're ready to have a relationship a part of your possessions, but it's like, are you ready for it emotionally? It's like that's what you're going to have to decide at the end of December. Like, is this how you're feeling, or is it just because you're feeling all of these, like, emotions? Like, are you just lonely, or do you really want that? It's just a lot of, like, what do you want? What do you want, Aquarius? It's up to you. It's all up to you. I think that concludes your reading. If you would like a personal reading, then you can contact me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. You can also subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can be a part of the family. Also, you can hit the notification button so that you are notified whenever I upload. And you can leave a like, a comment so that I know that you stopped by. And yeah, I'm Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, then one day I will be. And until next time, I will see you, Aquarius, very, very soon. Bye.